Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be going through the betting markets. We're going to be going through some of the closest and most competitive Senate races that are coming up in this November. We will start out with one of the states that will be crucial to Democrats' chances of flipping the Senate, that being the state of Alaska. And the betting market here at the Kalshi market does lay some interesting facts out. We have Democrats with the advantage at 61% to Republicans 39%. This has consistently been a Republican victory. There's been quite a few changes to this race that have made things more advantageous for the Democrats got a great candidate in Mary Peltola, and in most of my predictions, at least the recent ones, I do predict her winning, which is why the betting markets agree with me, showing that Mary Peltola, the Democrat, has over 60% chance of winning the Senate seat there. Next up, we'll be going to one that's a little less competitive, but nonetheless an interesting race to watch. That being the Senate race in Nebraska. So this one, the independent Dan Osborne had recently some good news come. The Democratic primary, the candidate who won it promised to drop out and endorse Dan Osborne. So I think that that will definitely help his campaign. In this one, Republicans still hold the edge with about 60%, but it is still going to most likely be a close race. Another state that I want to take a look at is going to be Maine. In Maine, virtually all the time I have it in the Democratic Party's column. This seat has definitely gone further and further blue in terms of the betting market. It's currently at about 70-30. Very impressive feat for Democrats. This is a Republican-held seat. Susan Collins holds this seat, and I think that she is probably in her final term at the U.S. Senate. It's looking like this will be a very tough uphill battle for Susan Collins in the state of Maine, and I do think it will be one of the more likely flips. I think North Carolina is probably the most likely flip from red to blue, but I think Maine also stands a good chance. And then there is one more seat that I want to take a look at. I'm going to just search for it, that being the state of Ohio. So Ohio, generally that state is, when I do a prediction, is Republicans' 50th seat, maintaining control of the Senate. But I wanted to take a look at the betting markets to see how it's looking for the Republicans and Democrats in the state of Ohio. We have the Senate race here. Interestingly enough, I'm not really talking much about the Ohio gubernatorial race, but that seat, Democrats are even favored to win it, which is a very impressive feat. Democrats are even by slightly more edge favored to win the Ohio Senate race, which was a very impressive feat. Generally, I have this state in the Republicans column, so I do think it will be close, but at the moment, according to the betting markets, and it hasn't been this way forever, recently a flip. Let's see here. When would that have been? Around February to March, things flipped and gave Democrats the edge in elections of odds. So Democrats, it's still pretty close to 50-50, so it really could go either way. Just by nature, it is a competitive state. Generally, Ohio on the presidential level is usually in the likely red column, but the Senate race is a bit of a different game. The Democrats have a good candidate who's actually a former senator from Ohio who lost his election bid 2 years ago. He is back and running for the other Senate seat, and I think that Democrats are probably well positioned to nominate him. I still personally think this will be a Republican victory, but I definitely think it could change. Generally, Ohio and Alaska are the last two states I characterize. So I do think those two states will be close, and ultimately they will be the ones to control the fate of the U.S. Senate for the rest of the Trump administration for the remaining 2 years. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.